Hi, I'm Greg McIntyre here with the Elder Law Report, and today I'm very pleased to be at the VFW in Cleveland County in Shelby, North Carolina, across from the city park here. And the VFW building has been here for ever since I can remember.
1950.
1950? Okay, so been here longer than I have, right? Quite a bit longer than I have, 25 years longer than I have. And I'm very pleased to be here with Gene Ramsey, who is extremely involved in VFW. What is your official title here?
Commander.
Commander of VFW, and also does a lot of fundraising for VFW. And I know does the golf tournament every year, which is a model of how to do that, and how to do an event right. I know that. And the VFW does a lot of things for veterans in Cleveland County and around the United States. And my practice is devoted to seniors, and we do a lot of veterans benefits. I'm a veteran myself of the U.S. Navy for 4 years. And Gene, I know you have a long history as well. And we just finished Hometown Heroes and got the first copy.
Right.
You're a featured story in that book, and I'd love to bring you a copy of that as well. We're gonna get, well, I've got to order, right now I ordered one just to do some editing on it to make sure everything's exactly right, and I'm gonna order a couple hundred copies, and we're gonna have a big event, and we'll have you over there to treat you right, okay?
Okay.
Over at the office. So without further ado, Gene Ramsey. Gene, can you tell us a little bit about the VFW?
Well, this is the manager of the VFW, Jake Gales. He's a Marine, 4 years. I think that's right, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And we have 115 regular veterans that far more. They had to serve in a foreign war to be a full-fledged member. Then we have, Jake, tell them about the sponsors of the VFW.
Well, we have two other identities in the post, and the other one is auxiliary, which means that your mother, father, siblings, grandfather, if you've got proof they served in a foreign war, then they can be a member of the auxiliary also. Then we go one step beyond that, is people that's in the community that's willing to help with veterans, that's willing to help with our fundraising efforts, and we call them the veteran supporters of Cleveland County.
Yes, sir.
And so they're all committed, and right now, all grand total, we're probably pushing 400 total members.
Right. So we're bigger than you think.
That's really impressive.
And a lot of these are veterans.
That's probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, veterans organization in Cleveland
It
County.
is, for the fact that we got a lot of veterans like Jake that didn't actually serve in a foreign war, but they support all of our efforts.
Sure.
Right.
So, let me tell you a little bit about what we've done this year at the VFW, okay? The things that we've done that people don't realize, and I've made a copy of it. I'll give you the copy when we get done. I'm gonna take a little time, but first of all, we have donated $1,400 for veterans flower arrangements that has passed away. We had the oldest member here. What was it? His name was that passed away. That
Carl Lynn's one of the
No,
Lynn
Carl
brothers.
Lynn's one that started this post in
Right.
1950, I think it was. And so the tournaments that we have for the golf tournaments in Carl Lynn's name. But other things, we donated $500 to the Boys and Girls Club, $200 to the T. de Greenus Golf Association, $500 to Crest High School, your alma mater, I think.
It is.
And
And I just came from the Boys and Girls Club board meeting, by the way.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
we donated $300 to Burns High School, $150 sponsorship for the city park, basketball league, and then $200 for the baseball league. We donated $500 for Christmas gifts for veterans in Asheville or foreign war. We have bought a SUV that if any veteran needs to go to the VA in Rutherford, Forest City, or anywhere, we provide the gas and let them take the vehicle, or we'll drive it. That's something brand new. So we've donated $600 to combat veterans. We've helped, that we say 10, and you've helped me too with discussing some problems with veterans. Most important thing that I can tell you that Jake and I are working on is helping veterans that don't have their benefits and maybe even haven't never applied. As if yesterday he had a person he brought in and never had applied, but he's got post-traumatic stress. I mean, after discussion, but we just finished doing one with a veteran that was out of the stateful post and wasn't getting any help.
Right.
He came here and he just got back pay and is drawing about $3,000 a month. Never even realized he had that. So over 15 veterans, we've got them full benefits.
Well, I know you are very heavily involved in that. I mean, I'd like to call you an honorary veterans lawyer, you know, yourself.
Well, I've done it, but by hard knocks. Jackie and I have really
Sure.
worked hard on that. So
Sure.
let me just finish telling you a little bit. We donated $600 to North Carolina Parents Against Bullying. We donated $500 to American Legion for their building campaign. For $800 to the Kidney Association. Donated food to the Neal Senior Center. We donated food and clothing to the men and women's homeless shelter. We've donated $100 to hospice. Donated $200 to the county hospice thrift store. $200 to North Carolina Special Olympics. $3,600 to Concerned Veterans of America. Over 100,000 for Cleveland County Schools for Autistic Children. We want to add an additional 59,000 to that number. That's 159,000 in a 5-year period. We've raised over 30,000 for the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department and Police Department and first responders, and you've helped with that some. We spent over $200,000 on this post, putting a new roof on the building, rewiring the whole place, building the other side over there. So we are involved in the community. We're involved in helping veterans, kind of like what you do, and we want to have.
You've been handling a lot more of the disability side, right?
Right, a
We
lot
do
of
a lot of veterans aid and attendance pension benefits. We hope to add the disability part. And I've got that slated to look at third quarter going into, and I've found out that we can do that. We just have to staff up, and that's what we're gonna be working on.
Well, I will help you with that.
Sure.
Jack and I'll be more than happy to tell you what we know, but the biggest thing we know is who to contact, what the process is. I've got a good relationship with Deborah Kahn,
Right.
and if
Deborah does a lot of work.
yeah, if a veteran goes in and doesn't understand when they're being evaluated for PTSD, the psychologist will say, "How do you feel today?" "Well, I feel fine." Well, that's not true. If you really want to know how he feels, you've got to let him open up. Drill down on what's bothering him, what made him feel like he does. And there's so many veterans from Vietnam that are not getting that service as well as Iraq and Afghanistan and those
Don't
areas.
like to open up and talk about it right away either.
Right.
Obviously.
That none of, and especially the Iraq and Afghanistan veterans. We need to reach out to those, and that's one thing I think you can help us do.
Suicide rate's crazy.
And what a lot of people don't realize is anybody that served in Korea, even up to this time,
Sure.
can be validated as veteran of foreign wars members.
Right.
Because that is
It is an open conflict.
it's an open conflict.
A lot of them's not aware of their benefits.
They're not even
or
aware that they
anything,
can apply for PTSD or
anything's going on.
the biggest thing that I find is Agent Orange. It's just now coming out how affected veterans are with high blood pressure, with diabetes especially,
Parkinson's.
and Parkinson's, and those things are
That are
related.
tied back to exposure to Agent Orange.
Now, at the same time, we've had help from congressmen and senators across North Carolina. We use 2 or 3 out of Georgia. We've had conference calls with them, and they've helped us with a lot of these cases. Some of them have been trying to get benefits up to 12 years.
We also use the AMVETs out of Winston-Salem. They have 3 individuals at full time. They help people with benefits. So now we know the process, and I think we can work with you guys to help some of these veterans that don't know how to even apply for the
Sure.
benefits.
Yes, sir.
So we do a lot of fun, I want to go back and talk just a minute about what we do with autism. I think that's our button, that's our hot button. We raised $58,000 this year and gave another $1,000 scholarship to a student at Burns High School. As well as the county gave them $1,000, that's $2,000. But
And one in Kings Mountain.
the biggest thing that the teachers use this money for is to take them places they've never been, to teach them to ride a bicycle, for instance. Summer camp costs $1,700 for a child to go, and most families can't afford to do that, having autism. So they use it for classroom, computers, whatever they need it for. The county doesn't always supply the money, but VFW has helped them with that. So those are some of the things that we're involved with. We heavily involved in the community. Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Allen's a good friend of mine, as well as Chief Ledford, and they're involved with the VFW in a lot of ways. So we're involved in the community. Any other questions for me?
Yeah, well, just first, thank you for all that you do. I know the golf tournament as well as other fundraisers that you do are a model for how to do it, number one. And I know that you're heavily involved in that. I know a lot of people get involved in that. It's a team effort. Yeah.
I'd like to mention,
Sure.
Jake, we have meals every Friday night. When we do this fundraiser, we start in January, and I would say the club probably raised $10,000 through providing the food and then turning the money into for autism.
Right.
But we also have a lot of volunteers, Jake mentioned. Most all of our members contribute something, whether it's money or time. And so we like to say we got shoe leather on the ground. We go face to face, we
That's
come
what
to
it
our
takes,
office,
yeah.
and so we have the contacts of people that have known a lot of people in Cleveland County. So we do a lot of different things to raise money. We're looking for new ideas for this coming year. Maybe a 5-mile walk and some other things.
5K.
5K, yeah. So we're looking to raise even a higher number this year.
We are involved with CBA, Concerned Bikers. They
Right.
came on board with us. Veterans Bikers Association, we allow them to meet here, and they do several poker runs and fundraisers throughout the year. So there's a lot of I guess you'd say the requirement, other than being a veteran of foreign wars, and to be involved here at the post, you have to be involved. You have to agree that hey, you're going to come on board.
So by getting involved with the VFW, you're not only a VFW member and able to benefit, but you're also able to support. I mean, the list of charities that you named, I'm involved with a few, and organizations, American Legion,
Absolutely.
the Council on Aging, or the Senior Center,
Right.
Boys and Girls Club. Those are a few of my passions that I'm involved in, and VFW is helping support those. So you're able to reach out and support a number of different organizations by doing that, and putting a lot of money, toward helping autistic children is, that tugs at the heartstrings there. So why has that become a passion for the VFW?
Well, our prayers in our meeting have to do with the children of veterans, the children's home. And Jake came up with the idea with a couple of other folks, why not have a purpose in the community? So that's kind of how this come about.
And there has been studies that it coincides with, there's been an increase in autism, it seems, over the past several years.
Yeah.
And it seems it could be an effect of some of the things that veterans are bringing back with them. Agent Orange even.
Yeah.
And we just don't know.
We don't know, but we're committed to.
But it's a problem that needs to be dealt with.
And it's only fair that we step up, and these places were formed basically after World War II to restore the community and rebuild and help those that went to war and the families that suffered here at home. So to take on the families and the kids that are suffering, it would only be right for veterans organizations.
And that
It's a
in
noble
itself,
cause.
you know, the first time that I went, I've been here 3 years as commander, well, this will be my 3rd year. We went to present the checks and those children come up, the parents come up. I mean, if you don't leave there with a tear in the eye, which recharges you for the next year, so
Mhm.
that's the reasons behind it.
Absolutely. Well, number one, thank you for all that you guys are doing, and that all the members of the VFW of Cleveland County and around the nation are doing to benefit their own communities. I mean, I happen to believe these posts are everywhere, and really, when you total that up, how many millions and millions of dollars is being poured into communities to help people that need help.
I'd like to mention this while you brought that up. This is the first time on September the 24th, or the last Friday in September, the state VFW wants to come to Shelby, so we're gonna have a VFW golf tournament for all the veterans of North Carolina. And as I understand, it's about 22,000 that are active members. So I think that'd be a good segue. We don't have an attorney in North Carolina that's really helping our veterans.
Sure.
And I think you could fill that gap. So
I'll do it if you-
we look to have 125 or so players, and we'll have them in here for 2 days. So it'd be an opportunity.
I'd love to be involved. Yeah, we'd love to be involved one way or the other, or a team, or sponsorships, whatever we can do.
Well,
We'll open it up to our members, and to our clients and others to help donate and give them a place to donate. If people want to donate to your cause, to the VFW and supporting all the causes
They
that are
like
involved
seeing
in
their
it, how
money
do they do
work
that?
in their home
Well,
county.
what they do is make a check to the VFW Post 4066. Address is 855 West Sumter Street.
If we can just edit and put
I
that on the
will.
bottom,
Yeah.
donate here, that'd be great.
And the purpose of this golf tournament is to help other veterans. So
Sure.
what we're hoping is, I was gonna say, is that autism could become a passion for every VFW post in North Carolina. And I think there's about 100 posts in North Carolina. And if that became, and everybody did even $10,000, that's a lot of money
Right.
that could go to autism. So that's the reason we're, I guess you would say, involved with this VFW State Golf Championship.
Sure. Well, thank you for doing that and being involved on the state level, you know. I mean, people don't realize how much the veterans of Cleveland County do, even on a state or national level. I mean, really, and you're a big part of that.
Well, I'm proud to be a part of the post.
Yeah.
And our members really make it happen. I just kind of direct traffic.
Sure. So the fun part, can you give us a tour?
Sure, I'll give you a tour.
Yeah.
And I want to give you this, so for your records,
Yes.
so you can kind of take a look at it. But again, this is where we have our,
We can
Got
put
it.
those, you know.
Yep.
we have our meeting here, and
Look at that, got our just our little postcards for
Yeah.
aid and attendance.
Keep them for all the veterans and
Yeah,
hand them out
thank
to
you,
me.
appreciate that.
and so
I'll get you guys a lot of copies of Hometown Heroes too, because I think that's a good book.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that people will
So
enjoy.
let's move out this way, and
Sure.
I'll show you a little bit about the area.
Okay. Go ahead, thanks.
This is a facility here that we rent out. Jake, you can talk a little bit about that.
Well, we do a lot of wedding receptions, you name it, just
Class
different
reunions.
meetings. American Legion, as he said, is in the process of building a new building. So we allow them to have, and a lot of them are members here, we're members there. We allow them to come over and have their Christmas parties and things like that. Now, Friday night, the Parents Against Bullying, 14, 15, 16-year-old mentally challenged children, the parents are giving them a dance, more kind of like a prom.
Sure.
And so we donated our time and our space to make sure that they would have proper environment to do that in.
Right.
So, and just small things like that, but it's used, we've had weddings, we've had receptions, we've had reunions, you
And
name it.
in our meetings on the first Monday of every month, the sponsors of VFW the auxiliary, and all of our members eat here. We provide food for free for our members at no cost with a buffet.
It's awesome.
So that's a little bit about this space.
Now, this is a good space, and you got the stage up there where you have bands and everything?
Dirty Grass sold several different bands that came and
Really?
did this
We have all of our flags here,
fundraiser.
For the different armed forces.
and we got you in the Navy over here.
Yeah, it's over there on the end. Where's the Marine flag?
In the center.
In the center?
Where do you think it would be?
But part of the Department of the Navy.
Yes.
The other thing is we've redone all of our bathrooms. The ladies' bathroom is top of the line there.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to mention that.
That's important.
It's a restroom and.
That is important.
It is
isn't
important.
Yes. Those ladies want to use the restroom in the Queen's Spot.
That's where we go in.
That restroom probably is.
There you go.
We do. Hang
That's-
out.
See the big stage there?
I do.
And it's very important, it is
I wanna-
right here, as
I
you
wanna-
notice too.
That
because
is important,
Yes,
yes.
This is part of, and is part of every VFW post. It's, of course, VOWMIA, the place, setting, and everything on that table has a meaning, and it goes along with the VFW purposes. And so no matter what event takes place here, these flags remain. Now, they can decorate and do whatever they want to. Our flags, our American flag is always on display, and our table is always on display.
To honor POWs.
To
Yeah.
honor
And I wanna
POWs and those
say
killed in
this,
action,
sure.
and the families and the widows that's left behind. Sure. They're being the place setting, and of course.
We're excited about the fact, President Trump and, Korean,
Kim Jong-un?
can't say his name again, but whatever, they're bringing 200 and something, MIAs back to the.
Yes, they are.
Back to the
Yes, they are.
US, so I'm excited about that for the
That is
family.
exciting. To lay them to rest.
We're doing a,
That's right.
so this is the foyer. When we come in and we have a band, we check your tickets, we make sure that, you are who you say you are.
Sure.
And, so this is a nice area.
Absolutely.
We also, have our options, all of our stuff is right here.
We do, indoor yard sales a couple times a year.
Oh, yeah.
Surprise you, I mean,
I believe it. I believe it.
toward our.
People love a good yard sale.
Yeah, and if it's inside, they don't have to worry about it's too cold or too hot or
That's right.
the weather.
We have, here in the foyer, some things that we're proud of. Won't go over all of them, but notification from the, National Commander for what we've done in membership and different things. What we've done with, the Sheriff's Department, and all these people that send us letters and things. We really don't have room to put it up, but I would like to mention that during this, autistic thing, we probably got 100 thank you cards from these kids and their parents. You really can't read some of the things that they say, but some of them just barely sign their name. That's another thing that touches
Making
your
the
heart.
effort.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, here's our sign for the $58,000. Why it didn't come up, but anyway, Dr. Fisher was so proud of this, and we're proud of the fact that we can do that for these kids.
That's impressive.
There's a poem right here on the wall written and presented to us by a young lady. There's a senior at Shelby High School and has autism, and it's an outstanding poem. She read it in front of us, all of us at the.
I want to mention this again. This is veterans that qualify for aid and attendance benefits, and I'll be talking with you
Sure.
about some of those things
Yes,
in
sir.
private.
Absolutely.
And then this is an area that we service
We'll
our
have a picture of that.
Okay. I will. I'll post
All
it
right,
in
this is the
comments.
area that we socialize in.
Sure. You gotta have the double secret knock to get in this
Yeah.
area.
You do have to have a door card
Right.
sometimes if I know you, we
This
know
is a-
you
This is
get
a
in.
benefit of membership,
Right.
correct?
So we
Okay.
also have back here our pool tables, other things that we do. We got TVs, a lot of TVs that are brand new in the area.
Right. Come in here and
watch the game,
Or whatever,
pool.
talk.
talk, hang out. That's right.
And we do have a full commercial kitchen that we use. It's used up
Yeah, that's a
on
big
Tuesdays.
kitchen.
Yeah.
We use it on Tuesdays and Thursdays for our fundraising, and a lot of times on Fridays or weekends
Right.
during our fundraising events. We have a lot of new equipment, and everything's been rewired and redone like
We
that.
bought all new chairs for the bar area.
We talked about, you mentioned people coming back from the Gulf War era.
Right.
And I was saying, the suicide rate is ridiculous. You want to reach those kids, those people, those young men coming back, and there's a lack of involvement.
Absolutely.
And I think that's tied together. I've said that in Legion before, that you mentioned come in here and just talk. Being able to come in somewhere and just talk with other people who can identify you can sometimes help shortcut a problem or a burden you're dealing with and help you get it out. That's part. I mean, I just see a correlation, that lack of involvement, that lack of community being part of. That's got to be
Well,
not
it's
the factor,
that
but
is
it
the
can
reason
help.
I'm
Yeah.
the commander here, because
Sure.
my commitment was to bring new members in,
Right.
to take care of our veterans,
Right.
and then to do fundraising.
Sure.
And we're achieving those goals and exceeding our expectations.
And we're extending our hands towards, you gotta remember now, there's a lot more women in combat situations.
Oh, sure there are.
And we're
It's true.
actually
Yeah.
in the process of signing up a couple now. One actually overseas now is an officer. Her
Right.
mother and father are veteran supporters here. And so we look forward to having some of the first female members of Veterans of Foreign Wars.
VFW members
Yes.
that can come in and integrate just
That's
like the
exactly
men.
right.
I love that. I love
And,
that.
you know, it's,
Let me show you.
they're taking on those roles, so we
Sure.
need to
I mean,
support
yeah.
them. And we do make donations yearly to the USO. So
Right.
any of them that we can help in any type of traveling situation, we try to do that.
Yes, sir.
And this is the area where that, we have, it's a social area where you're going to be there, talk to all your veteran friends. This park's been here probably 50 years.
50
We
years?
left it.
Thank you.
And then this is one I'm most proud of, a non-smoking area that we have up for our members, because
Sure.
there's a lot of members that do not use tobacco,
Absolutely.
and also there to eat in. So that's a tour of the
Members
VFW.
have to build this. So what you're seeing on the bar here, actually, with the flag and the stickers and the finish and the work was done by members here.
Awesome. Phenomenal. Well, thank you for everything that you guys do for the community and for our veterans. And I love talking about bringing in the younger veterans, bringing in women who are much more of a part of our youth.
Hope
armed
you'll
forces
get the
now, too.
word out for us on
Yes.
that, because we really want, and we want these veterans from Vietnam that doesn't come out. We want to help those.
And we offer
So
Who
I
are
thank
still,
you
who are
for-
still dealing with it.